welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. They call me Mitchell, and this is your energy forecast for today, Saturday, October the 4th, and tomorrow, Sunday, October the 5th. And as always, thank you for taking time to watch, retweet, post, subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff we do on social media. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I do want to say that I'm going to go over the numbers and pull a Lenormand and Tarot card for today and for tomorrow, shifting up how I do things. Normally on Sundays I would do a week-long kind of a read for those of you who get this later in the day, but Spirit showed me kind of just do an overlapping day. So each day I'm going to do the current day and the following day. Then when I get to the following day, I will pull new cards. So yesterday, interestingly enough, for today I pulled Rider and Death. The Rider card, Rider from Lenormand, and the Death card from Tarot. And it's so funny because this morning I started to see all the posts about you know what, Mercury in retrograde, and I just looked down and I laughed so hard out loud before I turned the video on, because Rider is about messages and communication. Death is, you know, not a good sign for those communications. So I already saw one person, hey, sorry Polo, who backed up his computer and now he's got a big old blank screen. So Mercury in retrograde starts now and goes through 24th or 25th, so pretty much it's 3 weeks. So hang on to that. Google Mercury retrograde, see what you need to do. There's a gazillion articles written on it, but basically Mercury is the god of communications, things like that. When it goes in retrograde, it's not a great time to communicate. Make sure that the communications are very clear. Sometimes messages get lost. It's not the best time to sign contracts or start up new things. That's usually a time to put them on hold. So just search it. There's a million people talking about it. Oh, I'm warming up. Warming up already. So real quick, for those of you I'm going to see today in Kissimmee, hello. And I do want to say I do still have a 2:30 and a 3:30 25-minute time slot open in Kissimmee. Just call New World Wellness. I'm trying to see if I have their number real handy. I do not. I thought I had it on their email. But you can find all that information on my website, intuitivemessenger.org, or my Facebook page under events. And also, if you're on the website, check out the monthly spread that I'm offering, which is the Prefix 5-course spread using Bill K. Tarot's Dynamic Spreads deck. So enough of that. Let me dive in. So today is number 4. 4 is that Emperor energy. Strong, balanced male, ready to go into battle, but also ready to sit back and say, be gone with you. Also, the number for today, if you add up all the numbers of today's date, you get the number 12, which is Hangman, which yesterday I talked a little bit about. That can make you feel like you're stuck, but it's also cocoon time. And that caterpillar goes into the cocoon and hangs there. And in that time, that caterpillar completely changes its DNA and comes out a butterfly with wings ready to fly, and not just on the ground anymore. So this is a time where, we're stepping into Mercury retrograde, so this is a great time to analyze, reanalyze, reevaluate, rethink, replan. That's just everything. Reread, think it over. But also, the beautiful thing is 12 boils down to number 3, which is Empress, birth, beginning, starts, all that good fun stuff. And the cards that I pulled, like I said, were the Rider and Devil, but actually Death, but also Devil I pulled 2 weeks ago, which again can be about being stuck in place and trapped. But let me pull a Lenormand, a fresh for today, and a Tarot fresh. If we get the Rider and the Death again, then you know what? Spirit's rocking it right here. So you see me, I'm shuffling, no sleight of hand, and the card is going to be Snake. Interesting. So Snake, number 7, it's also a Queen of Clubs or Queen of Wands. Very fiery, powerful. But the snake can often be about lies, myth, truths, deceptions, the snake in the grass, biting your ass. It can also be about a snake, a slippery snake, a snake. What's that video? It's a snake. It can just be about a snake. It can also have to do with, even like if you're asking about dinner, then go have a little spaghetti. Go have some spaghetti tonight. If you're asking about a relationship, how the date's going to end, and you get this, it either going to be a snake in the grass or you're going to have some hot sex. So Lenormand, very specific. So, snake in the grass, dirty, lies, deceptions. Let's see what Tarot has to say about today as well. The Wheel card. Another card that can be or feel like you're kind of trapped on the wheel, just stuck going round and round and round, but also it can give you lots of opportunities to choose from. So, I would say be very cautious of what you're choosing because it may slip right through your hand like a snake does. They wiggle right out. So again, it might be a great time to honor the Mercury in retrograde, honor this hangman time, and just wait for the gestation period to end, if you will. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, October 5th, 5, shifting, moving, changing number. There's something about 5 and 10 that go together. The obvious is that it's half. 5 doubled is 10, or 5 is half of 10. So tomorrow's a very interesting day. It's almost like things are going to only be half of what they appear to be. Half truth, half lies, whatever way you want to look at it. But 5 is our faith card, our belief system, our constructs which we live in. Add up all the numbers for tomorrow, you get the number 13, which is the death card, which is what I got for, Saturday. Death is ending, cutting things off, finishing them. And then the death card, 1 plus 3 is 4, which is that Emperor. So yesterday, today, once again, kind of echoing each other, which I feel like the entire month is going to be kind of like that. So the cards for today, or excuse me, for Sunday the 5th, will be Lenormand, will be Cloud. So I like that this is number 6 because you got 7 yesterday and here we have 6. And it's the King of Clubs, which is King of Wands. So they're kind of close together. But clouds is all about, again, things are cloudy, not clear. Again, we're stepping into that Mercury retrograde. So this could be a little bit of that. So just be real careful. Make sure your communication, everything is very clear. Again, if you can't see clearly, stop driving. If you can't see clearly, don't make decisions. But let's see what Tarot has to add on to the clouds. And that is Empress, which that was yesterday's daily number. So, the Empress is about births, beginnings, starts. Again, in Mercury retrograde, Empress, beginning starts, it's cloudy, not the best time. Maybe rethink it, reanalyze, redo, for those of you Aretha Franklin fans. So there's definitely time to take pause and just enjoy this cocoon hangman time right now. Because there's definitely lots of deaths and endings also wrapped around beginnings. So it's like the door closes, the next one opens. Today, Saturday the 4th, and tomorrow, Sunday the 5th. So, and also, don't forget tomorrow night, Cosmic Caffeine. I'm back on with Jamie. I missed 2 full weeks. I'm ready to be back with her. I don't think we have a guest tomorrow night. But we've got several lined up, so that's exciting. So, I'm in my meditation time. It is the 10th month, so I'm now up to 10 minutes. Very excited in meditation, or before I turn on the video, do my thing. But, I was saying to Spirit, they always kind of give me like what I'm going to talk about, the topic, and I kind of had one, and it's sitting right there on the back burner. But they were like, just wait for it, and we will give you the message, which I still feel like it's going to be what they told me originally. And maybe just the words. Because if I usually get like the first sentence or the idea or concept of what they're going to tell me to talk about. And then in my mind, I start elaborating on it, planning it out what I'm going to say. And then I kind of almost forget it. It's almost like I've already opened the door and the flood is flooded and then the waters have dissipated. So what I am sitting here now is another story from Spain trip. First of all, if you do not know about Airbnb, A-I-R, like the air you breathe, B&B, like bed and breakfast, check it out. It's an app on your phones that you can download, and it's people who rent out rooms and apartments and dorm spaces all around the world for really, really cheap. Because the reason I'm talking about that is in Sevilla, Spain, we found one, $30 a night. I mean, we're talking right downtown. Great guy, nice host. He didn't even live there. It was his apartment, but he was living back with his family, so he just rented it out for $30 a night. So 3 nights in Sevilla, $91. The point is, there was this mirror there that I wanted to pack up and bring home. And it was funny because it was floor to ceiling, just leaning against there. So it was about 10 feet tall. And, it was only about maybe 2 feet wide. But I remember just standing there in my underwear, looking in the mirror going, I love this mirror. And I don't think it was anything different. But Fabian was laying there on the bed and I said, oh my God, I love this mirror. It looks so skinny. He goes, I don't see anything different. I look that way all the time, which again, that's his positive outlook. That's how he is. Always, keeping it up and light and just, believing, he's gorgeous and wonderful and fabulous, without ego. But I remember looking in that mirror and some of the things I was reading from Paul Selig's book, I Am the Word, started flowing over me. And I looked in that mirror And I thought, this is one aspect of me right there in that mirror. And then when I go look in the mirror in the bathroom, that's another aspect of me. And when I see it, I'm creating it as well. And I remember looking in that mirror and I said, yes, I choose that. I choose what I see right now. And it was kind of weird because many of us, I grew up, a fat kid, so many of us, have body image stuff going on in our lives, and a big lesson for us, huge lesson for us in this incarnation for so many people. So the body image has been a big deal for me, and I know I create it because I was called fat, this and that, and everything by my brother, even my parents, in their loving way, trying to, help me to be a better person and diet and do that and stuff. They were reinforcing that I was different or fat or something, even though it was, in a kind of a positive way. But when all of them stopped saying those things, I continued saying it, continued reinforcing it, continued creating, miscreating, co-creating it. And, to this day, I still fall into that groove of looking in the mirror. But I remember looking in that mirror and saying, I choose that. I choose what I look like right there in my mind's eye, because it's all an illusion anyway. So I said, I choose that. And I'm holding on to that image and that look without ego, just because that's what I'm choosing. I'm going to choose that, and it feels so right and so good. And when I choose that, then everything else will fall into place. My desire for food, the type of food I desire, how much food I desire, the hunger, everything, and it will all fall into alignment. Excuse me. And one other thing that Spirit just dropped in my head, falling into alignment, that was something else I thought about. Because I was thinking about, as I read the book this morning, the book of Knowing and Worth, about healing. Because the work I do is healing. People are healed. I am healed. There is healing. And I started thinking about what the word healing means to us as humans. And just like the word love, I don't throw the word love around a lot, because to me, love is something very, very different than what most people talk about. For me, love is something vibrational. I love a cup. Doesn't mean I'm emotionally attached to it, but I love that, and I'm in vibration with it, acknowledging that this cup is, and it's more about the aligning your vibration. That's what love is. And I think that's the same thing as healing. I almost feel like they're the same thing. And that's what I was picking up this morning, and Spirit is showing me, when healing takes place, it's about bringing the vibration of who you are in alignment to your higher self and source. And that's where healing happens. And that's where you just feel perfect and whole and peaceful, and whatever human words you want to use. So, I think that's one of our biggest goals. And, I've talked before about, what's my purpose in life, and this whole thing about finding purpose. And I don't look for it. I don't strive for it. I don't think about it too much, because I think what most of us, again, words get in the way, but most of the world is talking about purpose is a load of crap, in the sense of what we're trying to find. I think that is trying to fill some kind of emotional hole or void, which is, again, doesn't feel right or what it's about. For me, I think the purpose is just aligning yourself to source, to who you really are, to what you really are, to, what's the other one? I know who you are, to how you serve. There it is. Aligning your vibration to who you are, to what you are, to how you serve. And I feel like that is love, that is healing, and that is purpose. And it's like all the words we use to describe are almost going back to the same thing. So, very interesting, and they just filled my mouth full of all those words. So, thank you for that, Spirit. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to end it right there. Find your alignment to your true self, to source, to all that is, and feel that beautiful peace, healing, love, guidance, confirmation, grounding, balance. All that will fall into place, I believe. So I say to you, namaste, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. Bye-bye.